Dave keeps going on at me about the fact we go on too long with our podcast. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to Maureen's Pie Mash shop, have pie mash for the Pie Mash Wars, because we know that Maureen's Pie Mash shop is the best pie mash shop in London, not the other thing that he was saying. What's he call it? Armott's? What is it?
Armott's, that's just off the...
Please like, subscribe, comment and hit the notification bell for any future videos. Taxi! So, Dave, Michael Partridge, cab driver, got a nice story to tell us. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, Michael. How long have you been a cab driver and stuff like that?
June 05 I got out, and I did the knowledge for about 2 years, 8 months at one of your rivals, unfortunately.
Cutting that bit straight out.
I'm sure it would have been quicker if I'd have been at this school. And I did it for full-time through to about 2014. And I was diagnosed with testicular cancer, which is a bit of a life-changing moment. Had it operated on, and to this day has been fine. I'm good, but it kind of changed my view on work, and so I kind of went part-time. Along came the pandemic, and as I said to you earlier, I decided that maybe I can give it a rest. But my badge is coming up for new June 23. Let's go and see how busy it is. Went out, I thought, wow, this is busy. I might as well keep it going. And I go out once a month for a week, and really enjoy it still. Yeah. It's not easy driving out there, don't get me wrong, and obviously through what I've been through, but I still enjoy it. Still enjoy meeting people, driving around London, seeing what things are happening. So yeah, that's more or less it. I was in the city before, so I think there's a few people who have come from where I came to become cab drivers. So.
You say a week a month?
Yeah.
So how does that work with a cab? Is it paid for? Or is it what? With your
No, I just rent it. Can I say who from?
Yeah, of course
Oh,
you can.
Sherbet, who are very good.
Asher Moses.
No, actually, I know Lee Drinkwater from A Long Way Gone.
I know Lee as well for some reason.
Yeah.
They give you a cab for a week a month?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, I may ring up and say, they haven't got one this one, but so they're very accommodating, I have to say. I'd probably pay a premium for it, if I'm honest, but it suits me.
Yeah.
Well, 7 days?
Yeah, I do bang it out for 7 days, because it makes it worth it then.
And is that because you semi-retirement? Because
retired, really. As I say, the whole thing of this, with TfL, kind of made me think, do I want to bother?
Where are you from?
Brentwood, Essex, Shenfield. I used to live in Chigwell.
How did you find the Whiz Am podcast? Why are you listening to us? You seem like you're one of our biggest fans.
I'm not a big podcast. I listen to the Chipping Forecast because I'm mad on golf. And I thought there must be a cabbie one. And of course, as soon as I saw Whiz Am, I thought, God, I know who they are, who you are. And started listening to it. And regularly, I used to listen to it weekly. And when I first had this problem, I thought, who do I turn to? Oh, I know, I'll give Dina email. And it was you that said, join LTDA, which I did, but knowing full well that this happened before I joined, so there would be an issue, certainly monetary-wise, but that wasn't an issue in the end.
You've been driving for 20 years. You're a 67 badge. And after all of that, you've said, Davey's got that idea that me and you share, which is never give your badge up. You should... No matter what you're doing.
No.
Always keep your badge going. You're doing 1 week. I wanted to ask, with your 7 days a week, what sort of hours are you doing on the 7 days?
So I usually leave home about 5:30, 5:45. Listen, we all go out with an amount to bank, don't we? If I achieve that by 2 o'clock, I'm gone.
You talking mornings or evenings?
Going out first thing in the morning. And if you achieve it. Sometimes if I'm feeling quite, got a lot of energy and it's going well, I think, I'll just bang on till 6, 7 o'clock at night. But there's times when you just can't get anything, can you? And you sort of think, let's go.
Do you have a target of what you're trying to reach?
Yeah, I try to do 250, 300, to be honest.
Right.
That just suits me down to the ground.
Yeah.
I really enjoy working Saturdays and Sundays until all these demonstrations, and it's just like so hard.
You hate the demonstrations, don't you?
Yeah, I don't often do the Saturdays now. Or if I do, I work come out later afterwards or something. Yes, can be pointless sometimes. If you miss them, you can be lucky and miss them, and then you can be unlucky.
But you do make a point. You think, well, I'm just not going nowhere near there, which is, that's not right. We're going to areas that probably everyone else is doing the same thing, but they are so over-policed. They're so shut too many roads that they need to. That was one question I was going to ask you that I thought, could you tell me what you think in the last 20 years that a road change, closure, opening, or actually they never open them, has been good for traffic. The only one I can think of is possibly Baker Street and Gloucester Place. Other than that, nothing else that's changed has worked.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the Shoreditch, Great Eastern Street, Old Street. I think I've seen it change 1, 2, 3 back, one way, two way over the 30 years. They're just toying with ideas, not a single thing. I mean, I started to think recently, I don't know if we spoke about this, Dave, that you'd probably be better off taking away restrictions on every single road again, like we had back in the day. Just because kids are not playing in the street, that's just not happening. That culture that we had when we were kids playing in the street, that's not there. So their excuse for that is rubbish. Take away all of that, and you could have these average speed cameras on every single street. The technology's there, the money it costs now for cameras and everything else, and just stop people bolting down back streets. Increase the speed on the main streets again to 30, and have back streets at being 15 mile an hour with no speed humps. Just let it be an average speed camera. You enter the street and leave the street. I don't know. It drives it mad.
Private cars in central London.
Well, get rid of them.
Well, yeah, what's that about?
Well, they've got to have people who live there. They've got to have a right to own a car, haven't they? And that, if you live there, what would you do? Do you have an exclusion?
Why have you got to have the right to own a car?
You can't stop people.
What right is that then?
Getting a bit communist.
Was
there,
that in
Dave.
the Magna Carta or something? The right to own a car. Transporting Zone 1. It's great, isn't it? Why on earth do we have roads like the A2 or the A13 or the A3 or the 4 or any of them other ones that bring traffic from motorways straight into London?
True.
Look where we are at the moment in Greenwich. Yep. If there's an accident, and I don't wish an accident on anyone, but there's an accident on the A2 and it's blocked, Greenwich is like a Sunday morning, Monday to Friday. When it's packed the other days because they're piling in for the Blackwall, piling in for Greenwich here, piling in for the now Silvertown. And if it's same with the A13, the old A13 was a much better road, wasn't it? When you came to Volunteer, you could pull up and park on it and things like that. Traffic was slower and manageable. Now it's like a freeway coming straight the way down, and then wonder why there's traffic in the line. You're just pouring water into something, and there's nowhere for it to go.
Yeah, but none of these people want to get on the train, do they? They don't want to get on the bus. I mean, me and you are actually quite funny. So we're both taxi drivers, and me and you both have the same philosophy. We get on trains, we get on buses, we travel through London. I go on my scooter, not taking a car anywhere. It's just, why would you? You can't park it when you get there.
I got the train there today and I had the option to drive.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm not sure about the parking. And yeah, it's much more relaxing just sitting on a train.
And then you get to the destination and you've got no worry about the parking. Then you've got no worry about the meter, no worry about am I parked legally or illegally, or it's just a...
I think Londoners will use the transport.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're Londoners, and that's why we're doing it. You're saying people come from out of town, they're driving into London because they're a little bit dumb.
And then no, they're wondering why there's traffic when they're all driving up these motorways into a city and wondering why the city's clogged with traffic. Why have it? Why not have it slow it down? Slow it down out near the M25.
Before we carry on, I just want to give a quick shout out to the team at FeedSpot, who recently featured Wizan on their list of the top 100 London podcasts. We actually came in at 79, which we're really proud of. You can check out the full list at podcast.feedspot.com/London_podcasts. There are some great shows on there about London, life, its people, and of course, the taxi trade. Big thanks to FeedSpot for including us, and thanks to all you for listening, because it's your support that keeps Wizang moving forward.
Listen, at the moment, if you come from anywhere, from Kent or Essex or anywhere else around it, you've got to leave early to beat the traffic or come in after the rush hour. That's what you tend to do, wouldn't you? You wouldn't set off to drive all the way in the rush hour to start work, would you?
No, but do you think there's a lot of tradesmen as well that come in, which take up the vans, the lorries?
Yeah, there are. There's lots of them.
There's a change of mindset as well. At 5:30, it is full of trucks and vans coming into London, and they're all coming back out. There's no rush hour now. It's just a rush all day.
Depends on the truck. I mean, what's time the nighttime weekend exclusion? If it's over 18 tons, so something 24 or 30 ton wouldn't be able to, without a permit, wouldn't be able to drive around overnight. Wouldn't be able to come up that early, 5:30 through town. But 18 tonners can. The ones that did the smaller ones, box wagons delivered to shops. Yeah, they can. They're allowed. Well, they was. I'm not up to speed.
But really, I think Michael's point was, if we open up every road, which I'm suggesting, if we opened up every single road again, two-way streets, everywhere's two-way, and I did see somewhere that there was studies done on traffic lights. Take away traffic lights
just
and
have them on amber.
Have them on amber. We don't do that.
So we know that there's
every other country does that.
I know.
But they did say that mini roundabouts achieve the better result. If you put a mini roundabout, you stop, you give way, you move
It
on.
naturally moves.
Yes, you're doing one after the other, which also opens up the idea that you don't stop at a red light when there's 3 a.m. and there's no traffic. You're sitting there waiting for a green light on no one. So,
How about if you was to open the roads up but restrict cars or the type of vehicle? So
well, you're basically just saying let taxis do everything.
Yeah, give us the work. But vehicles coming from outside London. If you said no vehicle that's registered outside of a London borough can come in till after 10, what would the rush hour be like?
Yeah, people's habits would change. I guess it's easy for
You're
them
going
to
to have
jump
to
in the
force
car.
people, aren't you? We can't keep population going up and everyone having cars.
No, you can't. But there's also some really other little catchy things that I don't like, which is that the more money the middle class in London can't afford to park. But if you're poor, you can afford to park. And if you're rich, you can afford to park. But the middle class can't, because every new building they make that you're going to buy, let's say a 500, 600,000 apartment, that will come with no parking. You won't be allowed to purchase or get a parking permit for your own residential area. That's one of the clauses on all these new builds. But if you was on the dole and having it subsidised to pay your rent, you can get a parking permit to park your car.
Yeah, people would just buy garages. Lots of
You'll be rich to buy a garage.
How much is a garage?
Oh, there was one in Knightsbridge for $6 million.
Yeah,
I
we're
think I
not
saw.
living in Knightsbridge.
All right. Now, Michael,
Yes, we've
thank you
diversed.
for coming here. Let's get to the incident. So you had a very, very special incident that's happened with kind of Cycling Mikey kind of incident.
Yeah, it was an Irish guy. It wasn't Cycling Mike. It was on the Hornsey Road, just to get to the crossroads with Seven Sisters Road. I've seen the footage, so I know what happened now, because I don't know where he came from at first. I just sat there and I was looking at my phone. I was at the time going through quite a personal problem with my sister. She was very ill. So I'd had my phone down, a couple of messages came through, so I had a look at it. This guy has cycled past me the opposite direction. Obviously, I could see the footage that I saw, that he'd looked in, seen me looking down. He's then done a U-turn, came back on the inside of me, or the outside of me, tapped on the window. He said, I'm videoing this, I'm going to send it to the police. I was so polite with the guy. I still don't know how I was so polite to the guy. I said, really, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I've moved off. He's now following me, shouting out the number plate and what have you. We then get to the next set of lights, and I got out and I just went to him, really? Do you really need to do this? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You've broken the law. I said, okay, fine. Got back in the cab. And he disappeared in a completely different direction to where he was going. So he's clearly out there. That's what he was looking for that afternoon. So you sit and worry about it over Christmas. I thought I'd got away with it. I think it was probably a good 4 weeks. Then I got the NIP, the Notice of Intended Prosecution, in which you have to say, was it me driving, so forth. So, yeah, sent it all back. Sorry, I've written it all down here, so chronologically it's how it does. And it wasn't till the 10th of Feb, I got it back, 6 points, £200. I then had spoken to you earlier, I think it was around about Christmas time, and you said join LTDA. I contacted them and explained the whole situation. They said, well, let's come in and have a chat. And I spoke to Anthony Street.
Yeah.
He was very good. He said, yeah, you've got to notify TfL now. There's no point in me notifying until I get it anyway, because who knows what. So he wrote a nice mitigating circumstance letter, in which it said that, very sorry what happened, explained why I was possibly on the phone, and sent that off. And then I didn't hear anything until the 8th of May. So I've been sitting there waiting and waiting. And then this letter turns up, which I thought was just... I think it's a generic letter. I think they send
From
this...
TfL.
From TfL, and basically put this on everybody has the same problem. Basically saying... the above information of how it was done. Before we make a decision, we wrote to you on the 5th of February, provide us with opportunity to comment on your fitness and remain licensed, also to provide any further relevant information. Having taken all these points into consideration, we've decided to revoke your licence as we no longer consider you fit and proper to hold a licence.
Unbelievable.
And that's when I thought, whoa, hang on a minute. I may not be a saint, but I'm not that. And we recognise that this will be an outcome that you do not desire. However, the application remains with the public safety and confidence with a licensed taxi, you can appeal. So I think they throw that letter out to 20 people, and 5 of them go, yeah, can't be bothered with it. 5 will go the wrong way about it, and the other people will go for legal advice like I did. And I did. I went to see John Luckhurst at LTDA, who was brilliant. He said, right, we'll put an appeal in. He said, can you please go away, get 10 letters of
recommendations?
No, yeah, character references.
Character references.
Of not always things you do in the cab, but other things in life where you've helped people, which I did. And he said, write down 4 or 5 stories where you've gone beyond the call of duty. It might be taking phones back, it might be helping people with stuff, so forth. So we did all that, and they gave me the 25th of August was my appeal date. He asked the wife to come, which I think probably gave an impression of a family unit, I don't know, which she was more than happy to come. She was a bit worried about. I said, look, it's not like Crown Court you used to watch on the television. We went along there. John always kept saying to me, just sit there, I'll lead, and when I want you to come in, come in. Oh, okay, fine. So he put me at ease. He was really good. He led the appeal. In my past life, I was in the training environment, so I was part of the FSA. And his argument, along with 20 years in the taxi, that I'd had 40 years under authorities and never stepped out of line. This is the thing with TfL. They actually say, having taken all these points into consideration, which means they've looked at my record, they've looked at everything, we decide to revoke your licence. You think, I've never had a crossword with TfL. So anyway, you're at the appeal, and he... because I'd had this 40 years of not stepping wrong with TfL or the FSA, that's the kind of thing he went along with. He's been a model citizen, if you like. They asked me, so I said I'd do the advanced driving course as part of my rehabilitation. And actually, my test was the day after my appeal, and I said, well, I'll send those results through. Consequently, I passed that with a first, so I was pleased with that. They asked me a couple of questions because John has got people who've done this got to go on it's an online phone course, if you like, and you get a score at the end of it. It doesn't take particularly long, but it was useful, and I did learn things from it. And they asked me that, what did you learn from this course? And I told them, so they made a note of it. But the two guys really weren't inquisitive enough. They take the whole lot away, and it's given to this one guy. And I can't remember the guy name.
These are the two guys that are taking your information?
Yeah, they're taking lots of notes.
Those names?
John said to me, I said to them, can I carry on working while this part of the process? Yeah, no problem. So this was probably on the Wednesday. The following Thursday, he said, John sent me an email saying, they've come back to you and said, are you happy with a month, or would you appeal against a month? Are you happy to take a month? John said, I recommend you take a month. I went, yeah, fine, no problem. That's
on
that's
that
good.
basis, sorry, Michael, you took a month then. As all this is going on, the badge you still had your badge and were still able to work.
That's what I don't get. So I'm fit and proper to drive a taxi, and yet I still can.
Until the appeal is heard.
Yeah. I guess if you were in a paid employment, they'd probably suspend you with pay, whereas they can't do that with a taxi driver. I guess that's their thinking.
Yeah.
Also, aren't you innocent till proven guilty? Once you appeal, it carries on, doesn't it?
Yeah. So there's a bit of that in it as well. But I think you're only given 5 days to make that decision whether to appeal or that's it.
That's 5 days.
I think it's just 5 days.
You could miss that letter.
Yes. I think the following, I may just slightly get this out of chronological order. On the following Thursday, I get a phone call from John offering me this, or they've offered this 1 month. He said, I suggest you take it. I said, John, I've just got to cub out for 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, knowing it could have been 3 months, could have been 6 months. He went, that's fine, carry on working, you'll hear about it next week. Friday, I go to work, about 3 o'clock, stop and have a coffee, I'll have a look at my phone. It's come straight...
While you're driving along?
Yeah, while I'm driving along, hanging out the window. Oh, no, honestly, I don't touch the phone as much. Anyway, so I've stopped to have a coffee. Look, email from TfL. What time is that? 12 o'clock. Your ban starts today and lasts for a month. And I'm like, okay.
And when you had your phone, do you have your phone in your hand like this? Yeah. And did you never have older?
Yeah, I did. And I was driving home, took it out because you just look at a screen. And I just, you go ping, ping, and you're sitting at lights, you go, oh, yeah, hang on.
Where was your light?
So it was... I was heading north on Hornsey Road, the cross junction with Seven Sisters. There's a set of lights there, just sitting in traffic. And it literally, 10 seconds after, he wouldn't have seen me.
Well, I think put it in a cradle or a holder, isn't it? Put it.
Yeah,
in
listen, it was.
Michael was saying, like your point about the cradle, it still can be illegal in the cradle if you get done for undue care and attention.
Yeah, I've said that all the way.
Yes.
I've always said that.
You have, Dave. You're
I've always said.
you're not often you're wrong and you're right again.
The offence is hands. It's hands free. That's the. It's being in your hand like that. It's holding your phone. But if it's in a cradle and you're typing an email, could that be? Yeah, of course it
definitely.
can be. How long it's the distraction. It's the same as anything on the dash, indicator, heat control, radio, anything, steering wheel, pedals. We do things all the time while we're driving. But we only do them for split seconds, and we concentrate, don't we?
But the
now your concentration level's diverted. So in other words, if you was looking at a gear stick because you couldn't work out how to get it in a gear, and you're looking down for 10 seconds, that's got to be seriously dangerous, isn't it?
But also, when I did the course for the mobile phone, it says if you have a crash while on a hands-free, and everyone thinks hands-free is the way forward, and you don't get that really goes against you if you have a crash where you've got hands-free.
Distracted.
Yeah.
This is the thing. If you can be proven. If you've got a policeman watching you tap the phone and nothing happens, then there's no undue care and attention unless some minor thing happens. Isn't it like maybe you have to steer quickly to avoid something?
You haven't even got to touch the phone. You can be looking forward, but you could be on a call for an hour.
And you're distracted.
And they take their phone off you and they say, he was on a call for an hour while driving.
Not concentrating fully. And
Yeah,
then
so
you had an accident.
So the idea is to take a short call. So I'll call you back in a little while or something like
That's
that.
exactly
isn't it?
what I do now. I don't even take a call now.
Yeah.
You have a cradle now, yeah? Invested in a cradle.
Yeah, it's a bit of string.
But yeah, so anything like that could be. Anything you're doing prolonged, that's why they want the phone off you.
It's a grey area. If you say, okay, you're allowed to look at a phone at a traffic lights, then you open up another grey area. So I kind of see where they're coming from. It's
you
don't touch your phone end
I can
off,
think
then
of
we've got no.
At the traffic lights, you're like that, distracted. You see the car to the left move forward, and you know where crashes happen all the time. Like you move forward, but there was no space for you to move forward because you're not concentrating. You've hit a pedestrian or you've hit the car in front.
I can't actually possibly think by being stationary that I was a danger to anyone. This is not me making a crusade or anything. And yet, if I'm going along at 20, 30 mile an hour, whatever the speed limit is, on a phone, hands-free, I'm more dangerous. And yet that's legal. So I kind of felt a little bit hard.
What they would say is if you was at a set of lights, especially with our high bonnets on a TXE or something like that, if you was looking down and a small child crossed in front of you, went out of vision, and then you looked up and the lights go, you would run that child over because you haven't seen them. But if you was watching, you would have seen that. They will come out with something like that.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, I was guilty. I'd question the cyclist's moral compass, if I'm honest, but I was guilty as charged.
Yeah, and it's a very anarchy behaviour. There is a sort of hypocrisy with the cyclists.
Yeah,
I'm not a complete fan. I like bicycles, but yeah. And it's the job's worth mentality, isn't it? You're out there as a cyclist doing this, you think you're doing some social justice thing. The U-turn he probably did to come back and follow you was probably dangerous in itself, mucking about in the road. And he probably jumped the lights to chase you.
Might have been an off-duty policeman. I don't know. He looks a bit short for that, if I'm honest. But
well, not nowadays.
Oh, no, that's true, yeah.
Not nowadays. It's all over. You got a month's ban in the end from a lifetime ban.
Revocation, yeah.
Yeah, so that's really pleasing in a sense.
Yeah, but if I'd have done this on my own, not gone to LTDA, I think it would have been a disaster. Yeah. I cannot emphasise how much people who are not got an organisation behind them should do it. £24 a month or something it is. Yeah. Brilliant. Oh, that was the other thing. So I won't say how much it cost me, but all I'll say is the cost of the LTDA, because I did it privately effectively, my fine and my advanced driving course come to just over £1,000.
Right.
So I did have to pay them, but I was more than glad to do it. The professional advice I got from John Luckhurst was first class, absolutely first class.
The one factor that would have upset me the most, which would have killed me, because I hate these things, is it hanging over my head for the period of when it started to when it ended. Yeah. It would have eaten away at me every day.
I think I was lucky in the situation I'm in now that I thought to myself, if this all goes wrong, it's not much of a problem financially for me at all, actually. It's just the fact I lose the opportunity to drive in London and be in a cab. If I'd have been 30, early 30s, and that was my source of income, wow, that's a big problem.
And that's happened, isn't it? That there are people in that scenario. There was the guy I saw on YouTube who'd been done, and it's like he's got debts and problems and everything else, and you've just took away his income. And admittedly, it is annoying because you need to take. This is your job. Take more care. You need. I think, David, these particular podcasts are about that, making cab drivers fully aware that don't get caught doing this.
Yeah.
No.
It's
No,
really
you should be doing it yourself. But I know that's easy, and we all do things.
no,
wrong.
yeah, we
Don't
all
get me
do
wrong.
it, make mistakes. Yeah. I mean, and the speeding situation at the moment is the other one, isn't it? People
Well-
getting done for 22s and 23s.
That's to do with cyclists as well.
Yeah.
Because they went from 30 to 20 and said it's for safety, didn't they? It's to bring us to the same speed as cyclists.
It's not the same
Well,
speed.
they're
They're
faster
faster
than
than
us.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're faster than us now.
We used to overtake them and turn left. They wanted to stop that.
Yeah.
30, they were doing 22s, 23, 25, and they wanted to bring us down. And also it makes it, is it worth driving when a push bike? So it made it push bikes more viable, more attractive. Yeah. And that's what it was about.
Yeah,
So the
Cyclists, I don't know.
that cyclist is what he's doing there is the same thing as all this cycling cult, isn't it? He's just part of it.
but there are people, and we have it in the cab. We have a camera in the front now, so don't think by just cyclists. You could do something wrong in front, take a left or a right turn that hasn't got a camera, or someone can easily just grass you up on the back of that. If you really, And running enough, I got done doing a right into Fairbridge Road. This was probably 8 months ago. I don't know how I didn't see that. I just didn't see. It was a
You should
leopard
stay away from Hornsey.
it was a £60 fine. It wasn't endorsable. That guys knows. I don't know how I didn't see that sign. But suddenly I don't know. You might be going along and
He's on the phone.
a job will come up. A job will come up and you hit it. Oh, where's that? Done the turn. There we go.
I only just noticed the average speed cameras on Rotherhithe Tunnel yesterday.
Oh, they've been there a long time.
I know, but I thought it was just signs up. I didn't actually think there was any cameras. So I drove through it yesterday and I was thinking, I saw the average speed camera and I looked up and I thought, there they are. I didn't see them before.
What did you go through in a cab?
No, in my bike. About 60 mile an hour.
What other sign? You see, there's another sign that's there. Did you notice that?
No.
Because you're going to drive a cab through there. There's a weight limit there, and the cab is over it.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
now
no, how much are
but we're exempt.
Oh.
See, you didn't know that, did you?
No, I
You
didn't
talking
know
about
that.
an electric one?
Yeah, it's electric. What's the electric one? 2.9 ton. What's the weight limit? 2 ton. Because I think commercial vans are not allowed in there by rights.
Yeah.
I think
they're
it's
more for the
commercial
width,
Well,
vans.
they've got,
Maybe
they've got the drop-down bars
Yeah,
which stop a lot
next
of
time
them.
we go through, have a look. I haven't. That's just only you saying that's reminding me. I haven't looked at it for a while, but yeah,
What,
there is a weight limit at the Rotherhithe Tunnel.
Are you saying this?
We are over the weight limit. Gross, 'cause they normally do you with a gross vehicle weight, like all commercial vehicles. So in other words, you could be empty, and they will do you for a loaded weight because they can't tell where you're loaded. So an empty truck. So like you could have an 18-ton weight limit, which I think is Tower Bridge. You could have a 24-ton go over it, but the 24-ton's empty and only weighs say 10-ton or 12-ton. Yeah. They will still do it for being over 18, even though he's empty, because they can't prove whether you're, they can't see in it.
Anyone would think you drove HGVs.
It's a gross vehicle weight thing, and that's the Rotherhithe's a gross vehicle weight. And I'm sure, and it's on the top of my head, I'm sure it's 2 ton and we're 2.9.
Yeah.
But they make same as Albert Bridge.
What's the width?
Albert Bridge is coming in and all. That's got a weight limit. And
That always had one, though.
But we're being exempt from that as well, aren't we?
Possibly.
I think that's got a 2 ton and we're 2.9
When's
ton.
Hammersmith Bridge ever going to open up again?
No, never.
What is that all about?
Well, I blame that Irish fella on your bike for that one.
That's got a 2 pound weight limit, that one.
Yeah.
But in all of this, listen, yes, I have changed my habits. My phone is not touched unless I've got to take a job off a Get or Free Now. But other than that, I don't take calls, nothing. So I have changed my habits.
And in general, with the job, is it a job that you've enjoyed, not enjoyed?
Yeah, to have it taken away like this I'd have been heartbroken.
Yeah.
But I'm back. They've given me another chance, but I think through LTDA as well, give me another chance, and I won't, hopefully. But I'm telling you, I will get done for 22, 23 going through. I will do. It's just you cannot do 20 everywhere.
I think lots of people, I think it's gone up. Is it something like 12%?
What's 12%?
On average, 12% tickets for speeding have gone up. Since that 20 come in, I think it's 13%.
Listen, you can sit and argue about it all day, but if you get done on a 20 mile an hour camera, take the fine. Don't give people points. You know?
I mean, you was going ridiculously slow anyway.
Yeah.
So if you've been speeding at 22, 23, 24, it's an absurdity.
It is absurd.
So, yeah, it could be just a money pit would be easier than a devastation pit.
So that's the extreme, though, isn't it? From being banned for life, if you like, to banned for a month.
No, but like Michael points out, that's a generic letter, and they've done it to lots of people with the health things the same.
But what's the where does that doesn't, for me, that doesn't give them any credibility at all. I know you're saying it's a generic letter, but to send out a generic letter banned for life, and if you appeal, we'll give you a month.
Yeah.
I mean, do you not think that doesn't give them any credibility or any standing? It doesn't to me. I immediately think, well, to be honest with you, it's a bit of a joke, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's no involvement anymore. With TfL being a separate entity, which they weren't before so much. They were kind of part of us. PCO was us.
But before they did that generic letter of ban, they should have then called you in and done what they've done.
Yes.
Without that letter.
Oh, no, you're absolutely correct.
So if they went through a process of saying, we're going to need to see you, or whatever, better words of that, and then they're going to say, would you be prepared to do the course? What did you learn from the course? Do all that and then say, listen, we're going to ban you for a month, but we're going to suspend it for 2 years.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? And then if anything else comes up, that, maybe even speeding you, that could be brought back in. Yeah. So you didn't lose it on the first shot. But to come straight out with that, I think you just lose credibility with cab drivers.
The generic letter should have said, it's come to our attention that you've committed an offence. We would like you to come and appear before us. Yeah. One of the consequences could be that you lose your licence completely. Yes. But in a sense, they're saying, you've lost your licence completely. Now come and get us.
Yeah.
So who thinks it's a good idea to do it that way? That's why? Why would you think it's a good idea? And how would you think as a regulator you're going to have the cab drivers on your side? And think, you're not, are you? You're immediately and you're at loggerheads with cab drivers. Then.
I don't think they want us on their side. That's the point we seem to be slowly moving towards. It doesn't seem, like I'm saying, with the PCO, they were us, whereas TfL is us and them. It's a little bit separate from that. They don't seem to have any concern of destroying morale or destroying the trade or watching numbers collapse or encouraging or discouraging anybody on the knowledge. That particular department has no concern or care for that aspect. They're just the regulator and a police force.
If the courts, magistrates or high courts, was to operate the same system, in other words, ban you from driving for life, on appeal give you a month, wouldn't you think there'd be a laughing stock? People would go, that's ridiculous. So how's this not a laughing stock?
Well, you know, the funny clause with this is you get done for drunk driving and then you go to court and you can prove in some way that the change in your livelihood circumstances of losing your licence would be so great that the magistrates can decide, okay, on this circumstances, we'll let you hold your licence and we won't give you the ban because you'll be unemployed, your family will suffer, whatever. You can put some case, can't you? Is that true or not? You look at me like that ain't true.
No, it is. Yeah. I mean, a magistrate's completely different to these anyway.
So they're putting
the
that
magistrates
down.
will listen and say there's going to be undue hardship.
So when this is out your livelihood, you've spent 2 years minimum, and in many cases 4 years, 5 years, in some cases 10 years, becoming a taxi driver, and then you become a taxi driver and they take your license away because you tapped your phone at a set of lights and destroy your income overnight. You now need to go, let's say you was an untrained, unqualified person before that, so there's no industry to walk out of and into. You're now working in McDonald's, asking for Big Mac and large fries.
Well, that's not bad.
The other thing John did...
Maureen's pies.
The other thing John said to me is, whatever decision TfL go with, don't... Because they give you another option to then go to the magistrates' court to say, I think TfL are wrong, I want it to go to the magistrates' court so I can go to a further... Yes. He said, don't even go there because they'll just stand up with the TfL decision.
Yeah.
So it would cost you another £1,000, maybe another £1,000 to go to that court. He said you would not have got a different decision. They stick with TfL. So that was his recommendation to me as well, which kind of... Yeah.
Well, we're getting into the politics again of how the world has changed and how things are not as they were before.
It was brought to my attention they didn't know, but there used to be the adjudicator of all these appeals used to be outsourced. It's now not. They're done within. John was very against that, but it happened. He did raise red flags, but no one seemed to take any notice. So they are within. They do their own people now. Having said that, the guy, to be fair, they came back very quickly after a long time not coming back to me, and I think they were quite fair, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm looking at it as a revoke to a month, and actually, yeah, I think there was definitely worth a punishment.
Yeah. Well, you got the punishment.
Yeah, it's worth something. That's what we were saying. You've done something wrong, but the extreme.
Yeah.
Well, apart from the stress, let's say the 1 month bans cost you £2,000 in lost earnings of some sort. I mean, if you're working every day of that month, then it's cost you even more. You wasn't working; you was doing 7 days in the month, so you know.
But interestingly enough, when I first saw John, he said to me, you could be looking at a 6 month a year. And then the last time I saw him just for the appearance, he kind of changed his mood, a bit more bullish. He was saying 3 months, he might be lucky and get a month. So I think he's seeing a lot of these cases come through.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same sort of thing, revocation. Now it's a month, So he said the fact that they come to decision to appeal in May and I couldn't see them till August clearly shows there's a lot of appeals going on. And he said we're really busy with appeals.
Yeah,
so
we have to keep it.
Whether they'll change the structure, do something different now, I don't know.
Well, Michael, it's brilliant. You came in and told us your story,
Yeah,
and I'm
thank you
sure it's
very
going to
much.
help other people.
I
You got
hope-
anything to add on that, David?
Yeah, where are you now, though? You're all right now. It's all forgotten. It's all done. That's it.
Yeah, it's all in the.
Yeah.
It's on my record.
Yeah.
I don't know what that'll affect me next June when I put it for a re.
Is there a time on the record though? They know.
Forever.
Is it
I think
forever?
that's there forever.
Stay in your file.
Yeah.
You won't get a watch at the end of your retirement. They usually give every taxi driver a Rolex when we retire.
Yeah, you'll be watched.
Yeah, be more. Yeah. Thank you, Michael.
No,
I
it's
think
been an
we've
absolute
said and
joy.
done enough, and we've covered the aspects of the story. And Dave keeps going on at me about the fact we go on too long with our podcast. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to Maureen's Pie Mash shop, have pie mash for the Pie Mash Wars, because we know that Maureen's Pie Mash shop is the best pie mash shop in London, not the other thing that he was saying. What's he call it? Armott's? What is it?
That's just off the
Armott's,
Walworth Road.
Dave, what's he?
I haven't been there for 20 years. Or
People
more.
in South East London don't know nothing about pie mash. What are you talking about?
I like all pie mash.
Well, me too. Yeah.
I don't mind. Yeah, well, it's
Do
not
you,
what- not
do
one
you
of those
flip
things
the
I
pies
really
over like he says? Yeah.
like.
I'll
I do. I'll flip them over. Yeah,
Oh,
cut the
shut
back.
up. What's
I've
wrong with
always
you
done that.
people? Keep
Can
the
you
pie.
do that?
No, you don't
Put
flip
the
the pies
chili
over.
vinegar inside the pie.
No, well, you can put the vinegar inside the pie. Do you chili vinegar or normal vinegar?
Chili.
Okay,
Chili
yeah,
vinegar.
that's all right then.
Do you turn the pies over?
Oh, don't. I was absolutely. So I'm probably going to alienate myself from about 90% of the people who listen to this, but I'm a West Ham fan.
Oh, fucking hell.
That's it.
David, that's the knowledge point. He goes, we're Millwall fans.
And
I
that's
know.
it. Yeah,
Someone said
pull
to
that
me-
lead out, pull the plug
I
out.
was playing. We were sitting there with a mate of mine, and this guy going, "Oh, he's a West Ham fan. You must love pie and mash." And we both went, "Oh, I couldn't." It was the last meal in the world I couldn't eat pie and mash.
Wow.
So there I am with it.
That's
Yeah.
it. Well, you don't like pie mash and you support West Ham. It's like you're thinking. I've got to tell the Alf Garnett joke again. I don't know if I've ever said it on thing. That's brilliant, isn't it? Alf Garnett's sitting with his wife, and his wife says, "Sometimes, Alf, I think you love West Ham more than you love me." He says, "I fucking love Millwall more than I love you."